Welcome to Level Up with CMJ. Hey, my name is Joe, and this is my Craftsmaster Dice Shooting Journey. Let's make it yours too. So today we're going to continue on again with the blue belt. I am going to try to do 100 throws today. We'll see how it goes. Good morning, Dylan. We'll see how it goes. I just got done removing over 12 inches of snow from my driveway as soon as I got home from work. So I just got in the house. That's why I'm a couple minutes late starting up today. So we'll see what we can do, how we can do it, and see how it goes. So let's go again with our hard way set, 5-4-5-4. And let's get her going. One, two, shocker. So that's going to be an explosion of that left die. And that's the first roll for the day. And we'll go with a red chip for the 3. And for those of you who did not tune in on yesterday's Level Up live stream, I'm doing the chips down here on the table now. And part of the goal, good morning, Bam, good morning, Chris, good morning, Navaldo. Part of the goal of the dice shooting program that we're on is to try to prepare yourself as much as possible for that craps table. And we're trying to make things constant, get rid of all the variables. And one of the things you could do is start tracking the dice rolls at the table. Now we have the KPI roll tracker on the screen right here, but we're going to be doing the practice of tracking the rolls at the table. And this is something similar to Jeff at Mid-Atlantic Craps uses. Clay at East Coast Craps also uses a very similar method, but they obviously don't put it on the table. They put it in their chip tray. And we have a 1-1-2 magic aces. Still looking for a come-up point. So that would be a red chip for the 2. And that was, by the way, an explosion and an implosion by our explosion on the left, implosion on the right. That right die flew a little bit higher than the other one. We got a 4, 6, 10, Big Ben on the end. So that would be an explosion of that right die. And we're going to flip the 10 chip forward, so that way we know that 110 has been hit. And I could totally tell, 6'5" Minbo Yo, I could totally tell that I am tired this morning, that I probably should not be throwing, but we're still going to get the practice in. That was an implosion of that right or left die. So again, like I said, for those of you just joining in, I'm going to try to, and that's an 11, so we'll throw a red chip down for the 11. I'm going to try to get at least 50 to 100 throws in today. I got home from work this morning. I removed over 12 inches of snow from my driveway. We got a huge storm, and we're supposed to get another one in 2 days again. And that's a leaner. It should come out on a 5. Yep. So we have a 4-5-9, and that just rolled. 4-5-9. So that's a single pitch. So we'll flip that 9 chip forward. So I ran my results through Roll Tracker or Bone Tracker yesterday after I got done shooting, and I think I have like 1,400 throws in for the blue belt level. And we got a 4-2-6 single pitch on axis. And I was conversing with Alfredo from Texas Crap Shooters because one of the numbers that I had mentioned yesterday to him seemed very high. So I ran the numbers, and they were actually what I said they were. That was 6, by the way, so let's flip that 6 chip forward. And then after I input the results from yesterday, the number was even higher. And the number that he's looking at is the on-axis dice. So what's the percentage that the dice are, both of them are on axis? And I had said something like 68% yesterday during the live stream. Oh, terrible. Threw way to the right and way long. But we got a decent result, 4-2-6. And then after I ran the numbers yesterday, after yesterday's throws, it actually increased to 71% of my throws are on axis. So what I'm going to do is, good morning, TH. So one thing I'm going to do is I'm going to send a copy of that bone tracker file to Alfredo, and he's going to look at it and take and analyze it a little bit. And I believe he's also going to talk to, I think his name is Nate, the guy who was working on designing the bone tracker program. And that was a 6, so that'll be a second chip on the 6, by the way. And he's going to see to make sure everything was entered in correctly. And if that is the case, apparently that's a very rare occasion, because I guess they're looking, a good shooter keeps it at about 55% both on axis. So we'll see. 5-4-9, single pitch on axis. So we'll see how it goes. And we'll throw another 9 chip down. So right now we've got 2 6s, 2 9s. So those are trending numbers. And if you want to start betting, you would probably start putting a little bit more money on those numbers. I tend to throw in pockets. And we have a 3-5-8. Again, single pitch. So we'll flip that 8 chip forward. One of the nice things about doing this tracking at the table now is you know how many rolls the shooter has had. You'll know which numbers that they're hitting. And you can do this for all the shooters at the table, and then kind of keep a mental note of what each shooter is doing on average. And we have a 5-2-7 out. Dice hit and they split apart a little bit. That's a double pitch. And that was roll number 10. So not bad for being tired on our first shooter. Let's reset our chips. And we'll go dice out. I like the on-axis calls as well, as long as it's not a double pitch on-axis skill. I don't mind the on-axis primaries, and I don't mind the on-axis single pitches, with this dice set at least. But one of the things, we have a 2-2 hard 4 on the come out. One of the things that Alfredo's going to do is he's going to analyze my throwing results. And he suggested I keep on doing this hard way set. We'll flip the 4 forward. Keep on doing the hard way set till I get my 5,000 rolls in. He said, but he is almost positive there's a better dice set that I can be using instead of the hard way with that on-axis results, if everything is accurate as Bone Tracker has shown us. And we have a 6-3-9. Both dice came and they died right away at the back wall, so that was nice. So that was an implosion of that left die. Flip the 9 chip forward. And this bring up the double pitches. We've been getting a lot less of them lately. I've been focusing really intently on that. Even though we're still doing just the tracking, we're not really fixing a lot of things, but kind of behind the scenes, I am a little bit as I'm throwing. And one of the ways I'm trying to eliminate, we have a 2-3-5, no field 5. It's a single pitch. One of the ways that I'm helping decrease that double pitch, and this is actually a suggestion both by George from CY, flip the 5 forward, and also from Victor about grabbing the dice. Good morning, Alfredo. About grabbing the dice a little bit more on the tips of your fingers. So, in other words, a lot of times what happens is that single pitch. And I'm going to use a power grip right here really quick to see if you go too deep with your fingers, that'll actually help make that double pitch. Whereas if you go more shallow, so you're grabbing it more on the tips of the dice, and I have a terrible grip right now because I'm not used to the power grip. It should help eliminate that double pitch somewhat. And what I was doing with my Yuri grip is I was grabbing with the pads of my fingers, and that was producing, in Victor's opinion and my opinion after seeing the results from changing, that was producing that double pitch. So now what we're doing is we're grabbing more with the fingertips instead of the pads. So that way the dice can roll off hopefully a little more evenly and help minimize that double pitch. So we have a 2-4-6 single pitch. And Alfredo, I was referring to you, Alfredo, because of the bone tracker results, and how I'm going to send those files to you, hopefully when I'm done this morning. So that's why I was referring to you. 6, we're going to flip that chip forward. It was all negative stuff. Just kidding, buddy. And we have a 1-3-4. So that's an explosion of that left eye. And that's our second 4 for the shooter. This is shooter number 2 for the day. And we have a 2-5-7 out. So that would be a double pitch again. On axis, but double pitch. As far as craps content last night for videos and that, there wasn't a tremendous amount put out last night that I saw. We did have one more shooter that went last night for the second roll or second round. And we're going to go down one. For the second round, and they did not, I forget who it was, but they did not do very well. I think they had the highest roll they had was an 8, which is just about average, and the other one was like a 0.7 out, I think, or like a 3 or something like that. Which happens. I mean, it happens to every one of us. 3-2-5. Come out 5. Single pitch on axis. So flip that 5 chip forward. So I'm going to probably contact Alfredo tomorrow sometime to go through the dice sets and the bone tracker results. I'll send them the file today if I can get it sent out. 4-2-6, single pitch on axis. Bam says it's incredible he's never been over 50%. according to Fredo, I guess being over 55% is like a very tough thing for people that have tracked over 1,000 rolls, is what he had said. Way to the right on that one, and through the dice off. They're on axis, yeah, but we have a 5-2-7 double pitch. 7 out. That was a 2. So, anyhow, we'll see how that goes. Hopefully everything in the bone tracker is recording correctly. So that way, that is the numbers that are showing. I did take a camera shot of what was showing in bone tracker when I sent it to Alfredo, so that he knows exactly what it was. And we have a 4-1-5, come out 5. And that's an implosion of that right die. So the point is 5. And I believe this is shooter number 4, I think it is. Flip the 5 chip forward. And 6-1-7. So we've had 4 really short rolls. That's an implosion of the left die and an implosion of the right die. So double implosion. Which I don't understand why that happens, because that actually felt good coming out and it actually looked good going down the table. So let's settle it down. Let's get a good landing zone here. Dialis' best thing is that I have it on video. I do have it on video. Every single one of the rolls are on video. Good morning, Mike. So that way, if anybody would doubt those numbers, they can, by all means, I'll send them the file with the actual numbers, and they can go through and watch every single video and verify everything if they really feel that way. But as far as I know, everything is accurate. I have no reason. 3-4-7, 7 out. And that's a double pitch. No reason to throw the numbers off. And the reason is because this is training. We're training ourselves to get better at this. So that was a come out 7, wasn't it? Still don't like to see it, but I think that was a come out. And we have a 4-6-10. Big Ben on the end. So that would be an explosion of that right die. Flip the 10 chip forward. And right back on that 10, 6-4-10. Hit the pocket 2 times in a row there. Again, that's an implosion of that left die. So that was our point. Point and point made. Morning, CRC. So yeah, Alfredo's talking about possibly a 2V or a 3V set for myself. Again, he's going to look at the numbers though. We'll see. We'll see what happens. See what works best. What might work better. And we have a 5-3-8 single pitch. But Alfredo, this is something to Consider also, and this is actually a statement that was made on your Talking Craps with Alfredo show the other night, about how you can change the dice sets. That is one way to remedy some of the different throwing problems. But another way is also to change what you're doing as far as their throws, the way you hold the grip, the way you throw them, the where they land, all that type of stuff. 4-3-7 don't pitch. So I mean, those are things as well. And maybe a combination of both might be the answer also. So too many sevens today, guys. Too many sevens today, in my opinion. SOR is at 6.5. Our SRR is at 4.3 right now. See if we can bring those numbers up. That one veered off to the right, and it was just a touch long. We have a 5-3-8, so we have a come out 8. Easy 8. And that is a single pitch. Flip the 8 chip forward. That is a very true statement, Alfredo. A little bit low, but we both hit the back wall. We have a 6-3-9, center field 9. So that's an implosion of that left die. Flip the 9 chip forward. We're starting to settle in here a little bit. I think the landing is going a little bit more consistent. Wow, left die took off on me, but landed up pretty good. 4-1-5. No field 5. That's the implosion of that right die. Flip the 5 chip forward. And we have a 1-3-4 Big Joe from Craps Master Journey. So that's an explosion of that left die. That they can. Alfredo is saying, for those of you who can't see the chats, that grip, landing zone, arc, and force can help modify the outcome while keeping the same set. And I fully agree, and that's why I changed my logo for the dice shooting program to what it says right now, and it's a square around my logo, and it does say landing zone, grip, energy, and posture are the 4 essentials from, at least for the way I'm teaching this program. Majority of we have a 6-3-9, center field 9. So that's an implosion of that left die. The majority of the dice shooting problems will occur either from one of those 4 things or a combination of something related to one of those 4 things. So that was a 9. Flip that, put another 9 chip out. And we had a 4. I didn't flip that 4 chip yet. So that was the last 2 rolls. And this is why we're doing this, so we can get to practice and remember to do them on a consistent basis. And we have a 6-4-10. Again, implosion of that left die. Flip that 10 chip forward. veered off to the left a little bit. 5-6, mid-bow yo. So it's an explosion of the right die. And we're not getting a lot of craps numbers. We'll throw a red chip down for that 11. And 4-3-7 out. So we had a decent, not a decent, but an okay first shooter, and the rest of these are kind of just so-so. That was 8 rolls on that one. Just kind of so-so. Not really happy. And again, for those of you who are coming in a little bit late, I know this is not an excuse, but I got started just a little bit late on the live stream today because I was out removing snow from my driveway. Good morning, SJ. And so I know that I'm a little bit tired this morning, and I probably shouldn't be shooting, but I'm still going to get at least 50 rolls in here. I know those might go at least 50. If we can go more, that's great. Again, I don't want to use it as an excuse, but that is a fact. And I pre-warned everybody before I started. A 1-4-5, no field 5. So that'll be our new point, 5. And that's an explosion of that left die. Flip the 5 chip forward. And I am really happy to see that we are having consistent people showing up in the chat and to watch the live stream. It makes me really, really happy to see that. We have a 2-3-5 single pitch on access. And that's our second 5, so that was the point. So that was point and point made. A lot of people at the table would be happy with that one. Again, if the dice don't feel like they're gripped correctly, put them down, regrip. And we have a 3-6-9, center field 9. So our new point will be 9. And that's an explosion of that right die. Flip the 9 forward. And that's roll number 37 for today. Since the craps content last night was limited, I went back and I started watching the Talking Craps with Alfredo. And yesterday I made a comment about it. I thought it was about 2 or so hours long. I was a little bit wrong on that. I looked at the timestamp on it. It was almost 5 or just a little bit over 5 hours long that he did 2 nights ago. And we have a 5-4-9. So it's a single pitch, and that is our second point hit. So we are point, point hit, point, point hit. So that's kind of nice. Three, 3 hard, 6. So our new point would be a 6 on axis primary. And we'll flip that 6 forward. Let's see if we can hit it right away. And we have a 1-3-4. Big Joe from Craftsmaster Journey. So we did not get that point made that time. That would have been kind of amazing. We at least have 1-3. That's an explosion of that left die. We'll flip that 4 forward. Oh, yeah. So Fredo's talking, I'm assuming to roll lengths, how much you practice at a time. He says stick to an hour and a half. And I agree with that statement. Again, we're going to see how we go today. That felt like it came up a little short when I threw it, but it's 6-3-9. Lucked out a little bit on that one. So implosion of that left die. And that is our third 9 for the shooter. And 1-1-2 magic aces. So that's an explosion of the left, implosion of the right. And we'll put a red chip down for the 2 for the 1-1. That one veered off to the right. It was a little bit long, but we have a 4-5-9. Single pitch on axis, center field 9. And I've noticed that I've been having some of my throws go into that right corner a little bit, into the mixing bowl a little bit. And that used to be very detrimental to my results, but lately they haven't been, so I'm not really sure what that's all about. And we have a 1-4-5, no field 5. Explosion of that left die. And I'll throw another chip out for that 5. So we have 3 5s this shooter. We've got 4 9s. So my suggestion is to bet the 5s and 9s. And 3-4-7. 7 out. So let's go one more shooter here, guys. I kind of pre-warned you that it might be a short day as far as the rolls go. So that way I can get that information off to Alfredo and I can get to bed, because I will be removing snow again once I get up from sleeping this afternoon. So last shooter going through. Hopefully it's a long shooter. We'll see how it goes. Nice crossed after they landed that time. We have a 5-3-8. Both of them are up tight against the back wall. So that was a nice low energy dice throw. That was nice. Single pitch on axis. So the point is 5. We'll flip that 5 over. I'm sorry, the point is 8. So I flipped the wrong one forward. Let's go the 8. I don't know what I was thinking. Delusional, I think. That felt not enough on the fingertips. That felt more like finger pads, so that's why I set it back down. And 527. So that was a short roll. That was our last roll for the day. So let's record it in as a 5-2. Most of them are all short rolls today. Let's see what we ended up with for our results. So today we had a 10, a 9, and 11 for our big rolls, and a bunch of short ones. So we had a 2, 5, 8, 2. So 8 shooters. Our 8s are heavy today. The 9 was putting up its middle finger. 7 outs were more than normal. And our horns are extremely low today. So that one's saying don't overdo it when I do the snow. Trust me, I don't overdo it. I have a snowboarder that does most of the work. I'm getting way too old to be doing any physical labor like that anymore. So, but hey guys, thanks for joining in today. My name is Joe. This is my Crapsmaster dice shooting journey. Let's make it yours too.